Crucial Conversations, Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High by Kerry Patterson, Joseph Grenny, Ron Macmillan, and Al Switzler. Chapter title Summary 1. What's a crucial conversation and who cares? Introduces the concept of crucial conversations, defines what they are, and explains why they matter in various aspects of life. 2. Mastering crucial conversations. The power of dialogue explores the importance of dialogue as the foundation for effective crucial conversations, and provides tips on how to create safe and open dialogue. 3. Start with heart. How to stay focused on what you really want discusses the need to clarify and align with your purpose or intentions in crucial conversations, and how to stay focused on what truly matters. 4. Learn to look. How to notice when safety is at risk helps readers develop awareness of signs that safety may be compromised in a conversation, and how to respond appropriately to restore safety. 5. Make it safe. How to make it easy for others to talk provides strategies for creating a safe environment in crucial conversations, including building trust and reducing defensiveness. 6. Master my stories. How to stay in dialogue when you're angry, scared, or hurt teaches readers how to manage their emotions during high-stakes conversations, and how to challenge and change their own stories and assumptions. 7. State my path. How to speak persuasively, not abrasively introduces the acronym STATE, share, tell, ask, talk, tentatively, encourage, as a framework for effectively expressing oneself in crucial conversations. 8. Explore others' paths. How to listen when others blow up or clam up provides techniques for active listening in challenging conversations, and how to respond to others' emotions and behaviors with empathy. 9. Move to action. How to turn crucial conversations into action and results offers strategies for converting conversation into action, including setting clear expectations, generating options, and creating accountability. 10. Putting it all together. Tools for Preparing and Learning summarizes the key concepts and tools introduced throughout the book, and provides additional resources for further learning and practice. 11. Yeah, but addresses common objections and challenges that may arise when applying the concepts from the book, and provides guidance on overcoming them. 12. Change Your Life explores how applying the principles of crucial conversations can positively impact various areas of life, including personal relationships and professional success. 13. Mastering Crucial Conversations. The Power of Dialogue, again, revisits the importance of dialogue and reinforces the key principles for mastering crucial conversations. 14. Enlightenment or Bonfire. Discusses the choice between enlightened conversations that lead to growth and improvement, or destructive conversations that result in conflict and damage. 15. Wrap-up provides a summary of the book's main concepts and a final call to action for readers to apply the tools and techniques in their own lives. 16. Frequently Asked Questions addresses common questions and concerns that readers may have, and provides additional insights and guidance for applying the concepts from the book. Here is a list of some important questions to ask yourself when learning from the book Crucial Conversations, Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High by Kerry Patterson, Joseph Grenny, Ron Macmillan, and Al Switzler. 1. What are crucial conversations and why do they matter in my personal and professional life? 2. How can I create a safe and open dialogue during crucial conversations? 3. What is my purpose or intention in a crucial conversation, and how can I stay focused on it? 4. What signs indicate that safety may be at risk in a conversation, and how can I respond effectively? 5. How can I build trust and reduce defensiveness to make it safe for others to talk during crucial conversations? 6. How can I manage my emotions, such as anger, fear, or hurt, during high-stakes conversations? 7. How can I effectively express myself using the state, share, tell, ask, talk, tentatively, encourage, framework? 8. How can I actively listen and respond with empathy to others' emotions and behaviors during crucial conversations? 9. How can I turn crucial conversations into action and results by setting clear expectations, generating options, and creating accountability? 10. What additional resources and tools can I use to further prepare and learn from crucial conversations? 11. What objections or challenges may arise when applying the concepts from the book, and how can I overcome them? 12. How can applying the principles of crucial conversations positively impact my personal relationships and professional success? 13. What are the key principles for mastering dialogue and crucial conversations? 14. What choices can I make to have enlightened conversations that lead to growth and improvement, rather than destructive conversations that result in conflict? 15. How can I summarize and apply the main concepts from the book in my own life? 16. What are some frequently asked questions and additional insights that can help me better understand and apply the concepts from the book? These questions can serve as a guide for reflection, self-assessment, and application of the concepts and techniques discussed in the book to enhance your communication skills in crucial conversations. Answer key at the end of the video. Here are some keywords and their definitions from Crucial Conversations. Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High by Kerry Patterson, Joseph Grenny, Ron Macmillan, and Al Switzler. 1. Crucial conversations. Important conversations that have high stakes and can significantly impact relationships, decisions, and outcomes. They often involve difficult or sensitive topics and require effective communication skills. 2. Safety refers to creating a positive and respectful environment where all parties feel comfortable expressing their thoughts, feelings, and perspectives without fear of judgment or reprisal. It involves establishing trust and reducing defensiveness. 3. Purpose/intention refers to clarifying the desired outcome or objective of a crucial conversation. Understanding what you hope to achieve from the conversation and what your underlying motivations are can guide your communication approach. 4. Signs of safety at risk. Signs or behaviors that indicate that the sense of safety in a conversation may be compromised. This can include defensive responses, escalating emotions, or avoidance, and should be recognized and addressed to restore safety. 5. Trust refers to the belief and confidence in the reliability, honesty, and integrity of others. Building trust is crucial in crucial conversations as it promotes open communication and cooperation. 6. Emotion management refers to the ability to recognize and regulate emotions during high-stakes conversations. It involves being aware of your emotions, using healthy coping strategies, and staying rational and focused on the conversation. 7. State framework, an acronym that stands for share, tell, ask, talk tentatively, and encourage. It is a communication framework used in crucial conversations to express oneself effectively, involving sharing perspectives, telling stories with facts, asking for input, talking tentatively using softening language, and encouraging dialogue. 8. Active listening refers to fully focusing on and understanding the speaker's message, suspending judgment, and responding with empathy. It involves giving your full attention and seeking to understand others' perspectives without interrupting. 9. Turning conversations into action refers to the process of converting crucial conversations into concrete and actionable steps. It involves setting clear expectations, generating options, and creating accountability to ensure progress and results. 10. Objections/challenges refers to potential resistance or difficulties in applying the concepts from the book in real-life situations. These may include fear of confrontation, managing emotions, cultural differences, or other obstacles that need to be addressed in the process of effective communication. 11. Personal relationships impact refers to the positive effects of applying the principles of crucial conversations on personal relationships, including improved communication, conflict resolution, and trust building. 12. Professional impact refers to the positive effects of applying the principles of crucial conversations in a professional setting, such as enhancing leadership skills, decision-making, and teamwork. The authors of Crucial Conversations, Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High are Kerry Patterson, Joseph Grenny, Ron Macmillan, and Al Switzler. Here is a brief overview of their backgrounds and expertise in the subject matter. 1. Kerry Patterson. Kerry Patterson is a co-founder of Vital Smarts, a leadership training and organizational performance company. He has extensive experience in the field of organizational behavior, communication, and change management. He has co-authored several best-selling books on communication, including Crucial Conversations, Crucial Accountability, and Influencer. 2. Joseph Grenny. Joseph Grenny is also a co-founder of Vital Smarts and is known for his expertise in leadership development, interpersonal communication, and organizational change. He has co-authored several books on communication, including Crucial Conversations, Crucial Accountability, and Influencer. Grenny has also been a sought-after speaker and consultant for numerous organizations. 3. Ron Macmillan. Ron Macmillan is a co-founder of Vital Smarts and has extensive experience in organizational behavior, interpersonal communication, and performance improvement. He has co-authored several books on communication, including Crucial Conversations, Crucial Accountability, and Influencer. Macmillan has also provided training and consulting services to various organizations. 4. Al Switzler. Al Switzler is a co-founder of Vital Smarts and has expertise in leadership development, interpersonal communication, and change management. He has co-authored several books on communication, including Crucial Conversations, Crucial Accountability, and Influencer. Schwetzler has also worked with numerous organizations as a consultant and trainer. Collectively, the authors of Crucial Conversations have extensive experience and expertise in the field of communication, leadership, and organizational behavior, which is reflected in their writing and the concepts presented in the book. Crucial Conversations: important conversations that have high stakes and can significantly impact relationships, decisions, and outcomes. They often involve difficult or sensitive topics and require effective communication skills. Title: High Stakes. It was the height of the Prohibition era, and Tommy the Hammer Collins found himself in a precarious situation. As a notorious mobster, he was used to navigating dangerous waters, but the current situation called for a crucial conversation. Tommy had received word that his longtime associate, Tony the Snake Rossi, had been skimming profits from their illegal liquor operations. This was a betrayal that could not be tolerated. Tony had been Tommy's right-hand man for years, and the thought of confronting him filled Tommy with apprehension. But he knew that this conversation was crucial, as it could significantly impact their relationship, decisions, and outcomes in the underworld. With a sense of determination, Tommy called for a meeting with Tony at a speakeasy in a rundown part of town. The atmosphere was tense as they sat across from each other, both knowing the high stakes of this conversation. Tommy started the conversation with a firm but calm tone. He confronted Tony about the evidence he had gathered, laying out the facts and expressing his disappointment and anger. Tony denied the accusations at first, but Tommy had done his homework and had concrete proof. The conversation became heated as Tony grew defensive and tried to deflect blame. But Tommy remained composed, using his effective communication skills to keep the conversation on track and avoid escalating into a full-blown confrontation. As the conversation went on, Tommy realized that Tony had been facing financial troubles and had resorted to stealing from their profits to cover his debts. It was a sensitive topic, and Tommy could empathize with Tony's desperation, but he couldn't overlook the betrayal. After a long and intense exchange, Tommy made it clear that the consequences of Tony's actions were severe. He couldn't trust him anymore and had no choice but to sever their business relationship. The decision was not easy, but Tommy knew it was crucial to protect his interests and maintain his reputation in the mobster world. The conversation ended with Tony leaving the speakeasy in a huff, and Tommy was left with mixed emotions. He felt a sense of loss for the friendship and partnership that had once been so important to him, but he also knew that he had made the right decision to confront Tony and address the issue head-on. In the aftermath, Tommy had to make some tough decisions to reorganize his operations and rebuild his network of associates. It wasn't easy, but the crucial conversation had set him on a path to make better decisions and protect his interests in the future. As time passed, Tommy learned the importance of crucial conversations in the world of mobsters. He realized that effective communication skills were vital to navigate the high stakes of their illegal activities and maintain relationships based on trust and respect. The experience had taught him valuable lessons about the power of communication and the impact it could have on decisions, relationships, and outcomes in the mobster underworld. Safety refers to creating a positive and respectful environment where all parties feel comfortable expressing their thoughts, feelings, and perspectives without fear of judgment or reprisal. It involves establishing trust and reducing defensiveness. Title: Safe Betrayal. The smoky haze of the speakeasy hung thick in the air as Joey the Snake Russell leaned in towards his longtime associate, Tony the Hammer Marino. Joey was a respected mobster known for his shrewd business dealings, but this conversation required a different approach, one that prioritized safety. Joey had received word from his informants that Tony had been double-crossing him, providing information to a rival gang. It was a betrayal that could not be ignored, but Joey knew that confronting Tony would require creating a safe environment where both parties could express their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or reprisal. Joey started the conversation with a nod to their long history together, acknowledging the trust they had built over the years. He then gently raised the issue, expressing his concerns about the information leak and how it had jeopardized their operations. He made sure to use a respectful tone, mindful of not triggering defensiveness in Tony. Tony initially denied the accusations, but Joey had solid evidence to back up his claims. Instead of confronting Tony aggressively, Joey patiently listened to Tony's side of the story, creating a safe space for him to explain his actions. As Tony spoke, Joey noticed the tension in his body language and the defensive tone in his voice. Joey remained composed, refraining from interrupting or judging Tony. He asked open-ended questions to encourage Tony to share more, creating a trusting atmosphere where Tony felt comfortable expressing himself. As the conversation progressed, Tony eventually admitted to his betrayal. He explained that he had fallen into financial troubles and had made a desperate move out of fear. Joey could understand Tony's predicament but made it clear that the betrayal had consequences. Instead of retaliating or resorting to violence, Joey emphasized the importance of trust in their line of work. He expressed disappointment in Tony's actions but also acknowledged their shared history and the respect they had for each other. He proposed a solution that would involve Tony making amends and rebuilding trust, all while creating a safe environment for open and honest communication moving forward. After a lengthy and heartfelt conversation, Joey and Tony reached an understanding. They agreed to work towards repairing the damage and rebuilding their trust. They shook hands, sealing their agreement with a mutual understanding that safety and respect were crucial in their business dealings. In the weeks that followed, Joey and Tony worked closely to address the repercussions of the betrayal and strengthen their relationship. They learned the value of safety in their conversations, how it fostered trust and reduced defensiveness, leading to more effective communication and problem solving. As time went on, Joey and Tony became even closer, and their business flourished once again. They continued to prioritize safety in their conversations, creating an environment where all parties felt comfortable expressing their thoughts, feelings, and perspectives without fear of judgment or reprisal. It was a lesson learned that safety was a sure bet in their world, and it paved the way for a successful partnership built on mutual respect and trust. Purpose/intention refers to clarifying the desired outcome or objective of a crucial conversation. Understanding what you hope to achieve from the conversation and what your underlying motivations are can guide your communication approach. Title: The Hidden Agenda. The dimly lit back room of the speakeasy was filled with tension as Mickey the Mouth Malone faced off against Benny the Blade Rossi. Mickey had been in the mob for years, known for his smooth talking and silver tongue, but this conversation required a clear purpose and intention. Mickey had received wind that Benny was planning to make a move against their boss, Don Salvatore, and take over his territory. It was a serious accusation that could spark a bloody turf war, and Mickey knew that he needed to handle this conversation with caution, guided by a clear purpose and intention. He began the conversation by stating his desired outcome, to prevent bloodshed and maintain the stability of their operation. He expressed his concern for the potential consequences of Benny's actions and how it could harm everyone involved. He made sure to be clear and specific about his intentions, to ensure there was no confusion. Benny, known for his hot temper and impulsive nature, denied the allegations vehemently. He accused Mickey of spreading rumors and questioned his loyalty. But Mickey remained calm and composed, sticking to his purpose and intention, and not getting drawn into a heated argument. Mickey then shared his underlying motivations for bringing up the issue. He explained that he had been loyal to Don Salvatore for years and wanted to protect their boss and the organization as a whole. He emphasized the importance of maintaining unity and harmony within their ranks, and how Benny's actions could jeopardize that. Benny's demeanor softened as he listened to Mickey's perspective. He realized the gravity of the situation and the potential consequences of his actions. He admitted that he was frustrated with the current state of affairs, but he had not thought through the repercussions of his planned move. With a shared understanding of the situation, Mickey and Benny started to brainstorm alternative solutions. They explored different options that would achieve Benny's underlying motivations without resorting to violence or betrayal. They discussed how they could work together to address their concerns and find a way forward that was beneficial for everyone involved. Through their conversation, Mickey and Benny were able to come to an agreement. Benny agreed to abandon his plans for a hostile takeover and instead work towards a more peaceful resolution within the organization. Mickey pledged to support Benny's aspirations for advancement in a more strategic and legitimate manner. As they parted ways, Mickey and Benny exchanged nods of mutual respect. They had successfully navigated a crucial conversation by clarifying their purpose and intention from the start. They understood that having a clear understanding of what they hoped to achieve and their underlying motivations guided their communication approach, leading to a resolution that preserved their organization's stability and unity. It was a reminder that purpose and intention were key elements in handling crucial conversations in the mobster world, just as in any other setting. Signs of safety at risk. Signs or behaviors that indicate that the sense of safety in a conversation may be compromised. This can include defensive responses, escalating emotions, or avoidance, and should be recognized and addressed to restore safety. Title: Danger in the Shadows. Vincent the Viper Vincenzo, a feared and respected mobster of the 1920s, sat down for a meeting with his trusted lieutenant, Tony the Enforcer Rosso. They were discussing a potential business deal that could greatly benefit their organization, but signs of safety at risk soon became evident. Vincent noticed that Tony's usually calm demeanor was replaced with a defensive stance. He could see the tension in Tony's body language, and his responses were curt and guarded. Vincent recognized these behaviors as signs of safety at risk and knew that he needed to address them to prevent any misunderstandings or conflicts. Vincent paused the conversation and called out the signs of safety at risk. He expressed his concern for Tony's defensive responses and escalating emotions, and he acknowledged that something seemed to be bothering him. He emphasized the importance of maintaining a safe and respectful environment for effective communication within their organization. Tony initially denied any issues, but Vincent persisted with his gentle yet assertive approach. He encouraged Tony to open up and share his thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or reprisal. He assured Tony that they were on the same team and that he valued their working relationship. After a moment of hesitation, Tony finally revealed his concerns. He felt that Vincent was not giving him enough credit for his contributions to the organization and that he was being overlooked for a promotion. He was disappointed and frustrated, and these emotions were manifesting as defensive responses in their conversation. Vincent listened attentively and acknowledged Tony's feelings. He expressed his appreciation for Tony's loyalty and hard work, and he clarified his intentions and motivations for the business deal they were discussing. He assured Tony that his contributions were recognized and that he would be considered for future opportunities. As the conversation progressed, the signs of safety at risk gradually dissipated. Tony's defenses lowered, and he became more open to Vincent's perspective. They were able to have a constructive and collaborative discussion, brainstorming ideas and finding common ground. In the end, Vincent and Tony reached a mutual understanding and resolved their differences. They reaffirmed their commitment to maintaining a safe and respectful environment in their conversations, and they agreed on the next steps for their business deal. The signs of safety at risk had been addressed and restored, leading to a positive outcome. Vincent and Tony learned that recognizing and addressing signs of safety at risk was crucial in maintaining effective communication and preventing conflicts within their organization. They were reminded that creating a safe environment where all parties feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or reprisal was essential in building and maintaining strong relationships in the mobster world. Just as in any other setting, trust refers to the belief and confidence in the reliability, honesty, and integrity of others. Building trust is crucial in crucial conversations as it promotes open communication and cooperation. Title: Trust in the Underworld. In the gritty streets of 1920s Chicago, trust was a rare commodity among mobsters. But for Tony the Fixer D'Angelo, trust was everything. As a rising star in the underworld, Tony had learned the hard way that building trust was crucial in crucial conversations, and it could mean the difference between life and death. Tony had recently formed an alliance with a new player in the city, Frankie the Snake Marino. Frankie was known for his cunning and ruthless tactics, but Tony saw potential in him as a valuable partner. They had been working together on a lucrative bootlegging operation, but signs of trust at risk soon emerged. During a crucial conversation about dividing profits, Frankie became defensive and evasive. He seemed to be hiding something, and Tony's instincts told him that trust was being compromised. Tony knew that he needed to address this issue head-on to maintain open communication and cooperation. Tony called out the signs of trust at risk and expressed his concerns to Frankie. He emphasized the importance of honesty and integrity in their partnership and the need for open and transparent communication. He shared his own vulnerabilities and fears, showing his willingness to be trustworthy and reliable. At first, Frankie was resistant and denied any wrongdoing, but Tony persisted, using his own credibility and past actions as evidence of his trustworthiness. He urged Frankie to come clean and share the truth, assuring him that they could work through any challenges together. With Tony's unwavering determination and authenticity, Frankie finally opened up. He admitted to some missteps in their operation and apologized for his lack of transparency. He acknowledged that he had doubted Tony's trustworthiness due to his own insecurities. Tony forgave Frankie and thanked him for his honesty. He reiterated his commitment to building trust and maintaining open communication in their partnership. They were able to resolve their differences, make necessary adjustments to their business, and move forward with renewed trust. As time passed, Tony and Frankie's partnership flourished. They built a reputation for their reliable and trustworthy business dealings in the underworld. Other mobsters took notice and respected their alliance. Tony's unwavering belief in the power of trust had earned him a loyal partner in Frankie, and together they carved out a formidable presence in the underworld of 1920s Chicago. Emotion management refers to the ability to recognize and regulate emotions during high-stakes conversations. It involves being aware of your emotions, using healthy coping strategies, and staying rational and focused on the conversation. Title: Keeping Cool in the Hot Seat. In the bustling streets of New York City during the roaring 1920s, mobsters ruled the underworld. Johnny the Bulldog Malone was known for his fiery temper and quick trigger finger, but he had learned the hard way that emotion management was crucial in high-stakes conversations. One fateful day, Johnny found himself in a heated exchange with rival mobster, Vinny the Viper Rossi, over territory rights. The tension between them was palpable, and emotions ran high as they shouted and threatened each other. As the exchange escalated, Johnny felt his blood boiling and his anger rising. He recognized that his emotions were getting the best of him, and he knew he had to keep his cool if he wanted to come out on top. He took a deep breath, reminding himself of the importance of emotion management in crucial conversations. Johnny focused on staying rational and composed. He resisted the urge to lash out impulsively and instead chose his words carefully. He used assertive communication, expressing his concerns and interests clearly and respectfully. Vinny, on the other hand, was not managing his emotions well. He became increasingly agitated, resorting to personal attacks and threats. But Johnny remained calm and collected, refusing to be drawn into Vinny's emotional outbursts. With his emotion management skills in full swing, Johnny was able to navigate the conversation with Vinny with grace and composure. He kept his cool, even when Vinny tried to provoke him. He used healthy coping strategies, such as taking breaks to regain his composure and not taking Vinny's insults personally. In the end, Johnny's emotion management paid off. Vinny eventually realized that his aggressive tactics were not working, and he began to calm down. They were able to find common ground and reach a compromise that satisfied both parties. Johnny walked away from the conversation with a sense of accomplishment. He had successfully managed his emotions, stayed rational, and achieved a favorable outcome. His reputation as a level-headed and composed mobster grew, earning him respect and admiration among his peers. From that day on, Johnny became known not only for his tough exterior but also for his skill in emotion management. He learned that keeping his cool in the hot seat of high-stakes conversations was crucial in the cutthroat world of 1920s mobsters, and it ultimately helped him rise to the top of the underworld. State Framework, an acronym that stands for share, tell, ask, talk tentatively, and encourage. It is a communication framework used in crucial conversations to express oneself effectively, involving sharing perspectives, telling stories with facts, asking for input, talking tentatively using softening language, and encouraging dialogue. Title: Navigating Tense Conversations the Mobster Way. In the seedy back alleys of Chicago during the roaring 1920s, mobsters ruled the streets. Among them was Tony the Snake Santora, known for his silver tongue and strategic communication skills. Tony had mastered the art of the state framework, and it had earned him respect and power in the criminal underworld. One day, Tony found himself in a crucial conversation with his fellow mobster, Mickey the Hammer Thompson, over a dispute involving territory boundaries. Tensions were high as both parties were known for their hot-headed nature. Tony knew that effective communication was crucial in resolving the issue without resorting to violence. He took a deep breath and recalled the state framework that had served him well in the past. First, he shared his perspective calmly and assertively, using I statements to express his thoughts and feelings without pointing fingers. He told Mickey about the facts of the situation, using concrete examples and avoiding exaggerations. Next, Tony told a story to illustrate his point, using facts and evidence to support his claims. He explained how the current dispute was impacting his operations and suggested potential solutions. Tony also asked for Mickey's input, showing respect for his perspective and opinions. He listened attentively, nodding in agreement to show that he valued Mickey's thoughts. To keep the conversation on a positive note, Tony talked tentatively, using softening language and avoiding accusatory tones. He acknowledged Mickey's concerns and showed empathy, using phrases like "I understand where you're coming from and maybe we can find a middle ground." Finally, Tony encouraged dialogue, inviting Mickey to share his thoughts and concerns openly. He reassured Mickey that their conversation was essential for finding a resolution and maintaining their mutual respect. Through Tony's skilled use of the state framework, the tension between him and Mickey gradually eased. They were able to have a productive conversation, exploring different options and finding a compromise that satisfied both parties. As they shook hands and parted ways, Tony realized that the state framework had been a powerful tool in navigating crucial conversations in the mobster world. It had helped him resolve conflicts without bloodshed, maintain relationships, and gain a reputation as a shrewd and effective communicator. From that day on, Tony's use of the state framework became legendary among mobsters, and he earned the nickname the Smooth Talker. He knew that in the ruthless world of 1920s mobsters, effective communication was a weapon as powerful as any gun or knife, and he had mastered it to perfection. Active listening refers to fully focusing on and understanding the speaker's message, suspending judgment, and responding with empathy. It involves giving your full attention and seeking to understand others' perspectives without interrupting. Title: The Art of Active Listening in the Mobster's Den. In the smoky speakeasy of the Crimson Moon, a notorious mobster hangout in the heart of New York City during the roaring 1920s, a crucial conversation was taking place. Tony the Butcher Marino, a feared and respected mob boss, was engaged in a heated discussion with Joey the Blade Rossi, one of his trusted lieutenants. Joey was expressing his concerns about the increased police presence in their territory and the potential risks it posed to their illegal operations. Tony, known for his tough exterior and no-nonsense approach, was quick to dismiss Joey's concerns and jump in with his own ideas. However, Joey was determined to make his point, and he relied on his active listening skills to navigate the conversation. He knew that he needed to fully understand Tony's perspective before making his case. Joey leaned in, making direct eye contact with Tony, and gave him his full attention. He suspended judgment and resisted the urge to interrupt. He listened carefully to Tony's words, as well as his tone and body language, to glean the underlying messages. Tony, taken aback by Joey's attentive demeanor, continued to voice his concerns, but Joey responded with empathy, acknowledging Tony's perspective without agreeing or disagreeing. He used phrases like "I see what you're saying and I understand your point of view," showing that he was genuinely trying to understand Tony's perspective. As Tony finished speaking, Joey took a deep breath and calmly shared his own perspective, using facts and evidence to support his claims. He spoke with conviction and confidence, but also with a respectful tone, avoiding any confrontational language or gestures. Throughout the conversation, Joey made sure to ask clarifying questions to ensure that he fully understood Tony's perspective. He sought to understand Tony's motivations and concerns without making assumptions or jumping to conclusions. Tony, impressed by Joey's active listening skills, began to soften his stance and started to see Joey's point of view. He realized that Joey had valuable insights that he had overlooked in his initial dismissal. The two mobsters continued their conversation, with Joey actively listening and responding with empathy, and Tony showing a willingness to consider Joey's perspective. They engaged in a genuine dialogue, exploring different options and brainstorming strategies to address the increased police presence. As the conversation progressed, Joey's active listening skills helped build trust between him and Tony. Tony appreciated Joey's efforts to understand his perspective, and in turn, he became more open to considering Joey's ideas. By the end of the conversation, Tony and Joey had reached a mutual understanding and agreed on a plan of action. They shook hands, and the tension between them had dissipated. It was a powerful demonstration of how active listening could be a valuable tool in resolving conflicts and maintaining relationships even in the ruthless world of 1920s mobsters. As Joey left the Crimson Moon that night, he knew that his active listening skills had served him well. He had earned Tony's respect and trust, and he realized that active listening was not a sign of weakness, but rather a powerful weapon in navigating crucial conversations in the mobster's den. From that day on, Joey's reputation as a skilled communicator spread among the ranks of the mob, and he became known as the Diplomat, a nickname that earned him a prominent place in Tony's inner circle. Turning conversations into action refers to the process of converting crucial conversations into concrete and actionable steps. It involves setting clear expectations, generating options, and creating accountability to ensure progress and results. Title: From Talk to Action, A Mobster's Tale in the Smoky Backroom of the Black Cat. A speakeasy tucked away in a dimly lit alley in Chicago, a group of mobsters gathered for a crucial conversation. Salvatore Slick Sal Rizzo, a prominent mob boss known for his sharp wit and quick temper, was leading the discussion. The topic at hand was the recent turf war with a rival gang that had been encroaching on their territory. As the tension in the room rose, Slick Sal took charge of the conversation, turning his words into action. He knew that talk alone wouldn't solve their problems. It was time to convert their conversation into actionable steps. Slick Sal started by setting clear expectations for his crew. He outlined their goals and the desired outcome of the conversation: to regain control of their territory and eliminate the rival gang's threat. He emphasized the need for unity and cooperation among his men. Next, Slick Sal encouraged his crew to generate options for achieving their goals. He asked for input and ideas from each member, valuing their perspectives and expertise. He urged them to think creatively and come up with innovative strategies to outsmart their rivals. As the conversation progressed, Slick Sal listened actively to his crew's suggestions, using his keen mind to assess each idea and weigh the pros and cons. He engaged in a constructive dialogue, discussing the feasibility of each option and encouraging open and honest communication. Once the options were laid out on the table, Slick Sal took charge and made decisive decisions. He assigned specific tasks to each member, creating accountability for their roles in the plan. He set deadlines and expectations, ensuring that everyone was aligned and committed to their assigned responsibilities. With the conversation now translated into a concrete action plan, Slick Sal's crew sprang into action. They executed their tasks with precision, leveraging their network of contacts, connections, and resources to their advantage. They used their street smarts and mobster instincts to outmaneuver their rivals, taking calculated risks and making strategic moves. Along the way, there were challenges and setbacks, but Slick Sal's leadership and commitment to turning conversations into action never wavered. He motivated and inspired his crew, keeping them focused on the end goal and encouraging them to push through obstacles. As time passed, Slick Sal's crew made progress, gaining ground against their rivals and regaining control of their territory. The results of their concerted efforts were evident, as their rivals retreated and their influence grew stronger. In the end, Slick Sal's ability to turn conversations into action paid off. His strategic approach and leadership skills proved invaluable in navigating the dangerous world of mobsters. His crew respected him for his clear expectations, accountability, and determination to achieve results. As Slick Sal looked back on the journey, he realized that it was not just about the talk, but about the actions that followed. He had learned that in the mobster's world, talk alone was not enough. It was the ability to convert conversations into concrete steps and hold himself and his crew accountable that made the real difference. From that day on, Slick Sal became known as a formidable mob boss who didn't just talk the talk, but walked the walk. His reputation as a man of action spread far and wide, earning him the respect and fear of his rivals, and solidifying his position as a force to be reckoned with in the 1920s mobster underworld. Objections/challenges refers to potential resistance or difficulties in applying the concepts from the book in real-life situations. These may include fear of confrontation, managing emotions, cultural differences, or other obstacles that need to be addressed in the process of effective communication. Title: Overcoming Objections, A Mobster's Dilemma. Vincent Vinny Capello was a seasoned mobster in the roaring 1920s, known for his cunning ways and quick thinking. He had built a reputation as a smooth talker and a persuasive negotiator, but he faced a new challenge that tested his communication skills like never before. Vinny had recently read a book on effective communication that had opened his eyes to new concepts and strategies. He was eager to apply them in his dealings with rival gangs and business partners, but he soon realized that it wouldn't be as easy as he thought. As Vinny began to implement the concepts from the book, he encountered objections and challenges that he hadn't anticipated. His first obstacle was fear of confrontation. In the past, he had relied on his intimidating presence and brute force to get his way. But now, he had to learn to manage his emotions and approach conversations with a level head. Vinny's next challenge was dealing with cultural differences. The mobster world was a melting pot of different ethnicities and backgrounds, and not everyone understood or appreciated his new communication style. Some saw it as a sign of weakness or an attempt to manipulate. Vinny had to find a way to bridge the gap and adapt his approach to different audiences. As Vinny persisted in applying the concepts from the book, he faced resistance from his fellow mobsters who were used to his old ways of doing things. They questioned his motives and challenged his new methods, creating tension and conflicts within the gang. Vinny had to navigate these objections and challenges while staying true to his commitment to effective communication. Despite the obstacles, Vinny remained determined. He used his wit and charm to address the objections and challenges head-on. He shared his perspectives, told stories with facts to back them up, and asked for input from his fellow mobsters. He talked tentatively, using softening language to ease their concerns, and encouraged dialogue to find common ground. Vinny's efforts were not in vain. Over time, he began to win over his fellow mobsters with his new approach. They saw the value of effective communication in resolving conflicts and achieving better outcomes. Vinny's reputation as a persuasive negotiator grew, and he gained the trust and respect of his peers. As Vinny reflected on his journey, he realized that overcoming objections and challenges was not easy, but it was worth it. The concepts from the book had helped him become a better communicator, not just in his business dealings, but also in his personal relationships. He had learned that effective communication was not just about talking, but also about actively listening, managing emotions, and adapting to different situations. With his newfound skills, Vinny navigated the mobster world with finesse, resolving conflicts and building alliances. He became known as a mobster who could communicate effectively, not just with guns and muscle, but with words and understanding. His reputation grew, and he rose in the ranks of the mobster hierarchy, becoming a respected figure in the underworld of the 1920s. Vinny's journey was not without its challenges, but he had learned that effective communication was a powerful tool that could overcome even the toughest objections. It was a skill that he would continue to hone and apply in his mobster dealings, knowing that it was the key to success in the ruthless world he inhabited. Personal relationships impact. refers to the positive effects of applying the principles of crucial conversations on personal relationships, including improved communication, conflict resolution, and trust building. Title: Bonds of Brotherhood: How Personal Relationships Impact the Mob in the Midst of the Prohibition Era. When the mob ruled the streets and bootlegging was a lucrative business, Frankie the Fixer Russo found himself grappling with personal relationships impact within his crime family. Frankie was a seasoned mobster, known for his shrewd business acumen and his ability to navigate the treacherous waters of organized crime. He was respected and feared, but he had always struggled with personal relationships, especially within his own family. One day, while reading a book on effective communication, Frankie stumbled upon the concept of personal relationships impact. He realized that the principles of crucial conversations could not only improve his business dealings, but also have a positive effect on his relationships with his fellow mobsters, including his closest allies and even his own brother, Tony. Frankie decided to put the principles into action. He started by improving his communication skills. Instead of barking orders and giving ultimatums, he learned to listen actively to his brother and fellow mobsters. He suspended judgment and sought to understand their perspectives, even when he disagreed. Frankie also applied the principles of conflict resolution. Instead of resorting to violence or manipulation to solve problems, he learned to share his own perspectives, tell stories with facts, and ask for input from others. He talked tentatively, using softening language to diffuse tense situations, and encouraged dialogue to find common ground. The impact of Frankie's changed approach was profound. His relationship with Tony, who had always been at odds with him, improved significantly. They had fewer clashes and more meaningful conversations. Tony appreciated Frankie's efforts to listen and understand him, and he reciprocated by opening up and sharing his own thoughts and concerns. Frankie also saw positive effects in his relationship with his fellow mobsters. They respected his new communication style and responded positively to his efforts to resolve conflicts without resorting to violence. Frankie found that building trust through effective communication was crucial in creating a more cohesive and united crime family. As time went on, Frankie's reputation as a leader who valued personal relationships impact grew within the mob. Other crime bosses took notice of his improved communication skills and sought his counsel on resolving conflicts within their own organizations. Frankie became known as the Fixer not just for his business prowess, but also for his ability to mend broken relationships and foster unity among mobsters. Frankie's journey was not without challenges. There were times when old habits resurfaced, and conflicts arose. But he remained committed to applying the principles of crucial conversations in his personal relationships, knowing that the positive impact it had on his crime family was worth the effort. In the end, Frankie realized that personal relationships impact was not just a business strategy, but a way of life. It brought him closer to his brother and fellow mobsters, creating bonds of brotherhood that went beyond the usual loyalty based on fear and power. It transformed the dynamics within his crime family and made them a more formidable force in the underworld of the 1920s. Frankie had learned that in the dangerous game of the mob, effective communication and positive personal relationships were invaluable assets that could make all the difference in the world. Professional impact refers to the positive effects of applying the principles of crucial conversations in a professional setting, such as enhancing leadership skills, decision-making, and teamwork. Title: The Power of Dialogue: A Mobster's Professional Impact in the Gritty Streets of 1920s Chicago. Joey the Blade Santoro was known for his ruthless tactics and sharp mind. As a rising star in the mob, he was determined to make a name for himself and climb the ranks of the underworld. One day, Joey came across a book on effective communication and was intrigued by the concept of professional impact. He realized that the principles of crucial conversations could not only help him in his criminal dealings but also have a positive effect on his professional life as a mobster. Joey decided to put the principles into practice. He started by honing his leadership skills. Instead of relying solely on fear and intimidation to command respect, he learned to communicate with his fellow mobsters in a more effective and respectful manner. He understood that being a leader meant not just giving orders but also listening to his team and considering their input. Joey also applied the principles of decision-making. He learned to make informed choices based on facts, and he encouraged his team to do the same. He sought input from different perspectives and weighed the pros and cons before making crucial decisions. This helped him avoid impulsive and reckless actions that could have negative consequences for the entire organization. The impact of Joey's changed approach was remarkable. His leadership skills improved, and he gained the respect and loyalty of his fellow mobsters. They appreciated his open-mindedness, willingness to listen, and thoughtful decision-making. Joey found that by creating a culture of open dialogue and collaboration, he was able to build a more cohesive and effective team. Joey also realized that the principles of crucial conversations were not limited to his immediate team, but extended to his interactions with other crime families and rival gangs. He used his newfound communication skills to engage in strategic negotiations, resolve conflicts, and build alliances. His reputation as a fair and level-headed mobster grew, and he gained respect from his rivals as well. Despite the challenges and dangers of the mob world, Joey remained committed to applying the principles of professional impact. He understood that effective communication was not a sign of weakness, but a tool of power that could elevate his status and influence within the criminal underworld. As time went on, Joey's professional impact became a defining characteristic of his leadership style. His reputation as a skilled communicator and strategic thinker spread, and he was known as the Blade with a Voice. His crime family flourished under his leadership, and he became one of the most respected and feared mobsters in Chicago. Joey's journey was not without risks and setbacks. There were times when old habits resurfaced, and he faced challenges that tested his newfound communication skills. But he remained committed to continuous improvement, knowing that the positive effects of applying the principles of crucial conversations in his professional life were worth the effort. In the end, Joey learned that dialogue was not just a means to an end, but a powerful tool that could shape his professional impact as a mobster. It enhanced his leadership skills, decision-making abilities, and teamwork, making him a formidable force in the ruthless world of organized crime in the 1920s. Joey realized that in the game of the mob, effective communication was not just a strategy, but a game-changer that could lead to success and power. 1. What are the key components of the state framework and how can it help in expressing oneself effectively in crucial conversations? 2. How can active listening be applied to improve communication in high-stakes situations? 3. What are the steps involved in turning conversations into action to ensure progress and results after crucial conversations? 4. How can objections and challenges, such as fear of confrontation or managing emotions, be addressed in the process of effective communication? 5. What are the positive impacts of applying the principles of crucial conversations on personal relationships and how can they be improved? 6. How can the principles of crucial conversations be applied in a professional setting to enhance leadership skills, decision-making, and teamwork? 7. What are the potential risks and setbacks in applying the principles of crucial conversations and how can they be overcome? 8. How can effective communication be used as a tool of power and influence in various situations, including in the workplace or personal relationships? 9. What are the key lessons on creating a culture of open dialogue and collaboration in high-stakes conversations? 10. How can continuous improvement and practice of crucial conversation skills lead to success in navigating difficult conversations and achieving desired outcomes? Note, these questions are meant to serve as reminders of the key lessons in the book Crucial Conversations, Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High by Kerry Patterson, Joseph Grenny, Ron Macmillan, and Al Switzler. It is recommended to read the book for a comprehensive understanding of the concepts and principles discussed in it. Here are brief answers to the questions listed. 1. The state framework includes sharing perspectives, telling stories with facts, asking for input, talking tentatively using softening language, and encouraging dialogue. It helps in expressing oneself effectively in crucial conversations by providing a structured approach for communication. 2. Active listening involves fully focusing on and understanding the speaker's message, suspending judgment, and responding with empathy. It can improve communication in high-stakes situations by promoting understanding and creating a conducive environment for dialogue. 3. Turning conversations into action involves setting clear expectations, generating options, and creating accountability to ensure progress and results after crucial conversations. It helps in translating conversations into tangible outcomes. 4. Objections and challenges, such as fear of confrontation or managing emotions, can be addressed in the process of effective communication by acknowledging and validating concerns, using empathy, and finding mutually acceptable solutions. 5. The positive impacts of applying the principles of crucial conversations on personal relationships include improved communication, conflict resolution, and trust building. They can be improved by practicing active listening, using the state framework, and being mindful of emotions and reactions. 6. In a professional setting, the principles of crucial conversations can enhance leadership skills, decision-making, and teamwork by promoting open communication, addressing conflicts constructively, and fostering a culture of accountability and collaboration. 7. Potential risks and setbacks in applying the principles of crucial conversations may include resistance from others, emotional challenges, or misunderstanding. They can be overcome by practicing self-awareness, empathy, and adapting communication strategies to the situation. 8. Effective communication can be used as a tool of power and influence in various situations, including in the workplace or personal relationships, by building trust, expressing oneself clearly, and actively listening to others. 9. Creating a culture of open dialogue and collaboration in high-stakes conversations involves promoting trust, encouraging diverse perspectives, valuing feedback, and establishing norms for respectful communication. 10. Continuous improvement and practice of crucial conversation skills can lead to success in navigating difficult conversations and achieving desired outcomes by honing communication skills, learning from experiences, and adapting to different situations. Strategy description state framework share perspectives, tell stories with facts, ask for input, talk tentatively using softening language, and encourage dialogue. Provides a structured approach for effective communication. Active listening fully focus on and understand the speaker's message, suspend judgment, and respond with empathy. Promotes understanding and creates a conducive environment for dialogue. Turning conversations into action. Set clear expectations, generate options, and create accountability to ensure progress and results after crucial conversations. Translates conversations into tangible outcomes. Objections, challenges. Acknowledge and validate concerns, use empathy, and find mutually acceptable solutions to address potential resistance or difficulties in applying crucial conversation concepts in real-life situations. Personal relationships impact improved communication, conflict resolution, and trust building in personal relationships through practicing active listening, using the state framework, and being mindful of emotions and reactions. Professional impact enhanced leadership skills, decision-making, and teamwork in a professional setting by promoting open communication, addressing conflicts constructively, and fostering a culture of accountability and collaboration. Potential risks, setbacks. Risks or setbacks in applying crucial conversation concepts, such as resistance from others, emotional challenges, or misunderstandings, can be overcome by practicing self-awareness, empathy, and adapting communication strategies. Effective communication as a tool of power, influence. Use effective communication as a tool for power and influence in various situations, including the workplace or personal relationships, by building trust, expressing oneself clearly, and actively listening to others. Creating a culture of open dialogue, collaboration. Promote trust, encourage diverse perspectives, value feedback, and establish norms for respectful communication to create a culture of open dialogue and collaboration in high-stakes conversations. Continuous improvement. Practice continuous improvement and practice of crucial conversation skills can lead to success in navigating difficult conversations and achieving desired outcomes by honing communication skills, learning from experiences, and adapting to different situations. As the sun set behind the city skyline, Mike, a middle-aged executive, sat back in his office chair and reflected on the past few months. He had come a long way since he first picked up the book Crucial Conversations, Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High by Kerry Patterson, Joseph Grenny, Ron Macmillan, and Al Switzler. After reading the book, Mike had realized the power of effective communication in his professional and personal life. He had learned to apply the strategies from the book, such as the state framework, active listening, and turning conversations into action, in various high-stakes situations. In his workplace, Mike had started to apply the principles of crucial conversations to address conflicts, set clear expectations, and encourage open dialogue among his team. He had seen a positive impact on his leadership skills and decision-making abilities, as his team members responded positively to the culture of open communication and collaboration he had created. Not only had Mike experienced professional growth, but he had also seen improvements in his personal relationships. He had learned to manage his emotions, listen actively, and acknowledge objections or challenges in conversations with his family and friends. This had led to improved communication, conflict resolution, and strengthened relationships with his loved ones. Mike also recognized that effective communication was not just a one-time effort, but a continuous process of improvement and practice. He had encountered setbacks along the way, but he had learned to adapt his communication approach, acknowledge potential risks, and continue refining his skills. As he looked back, Mike felt a sense of accomplishment. He had come to realize that crucial conversations were not something to be feared or avoided, but rather embraced as opportunities for growth and positive change. He was grateful for the valuable lessons he had learned from crucial conversations and how they had transformed his approach to communication. With a renewed sense of confidence and skill in handling high-stakes conversations, Mike was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. He closed the book with a smile, knowing that the lessons he had learned would continue to guide him on his journey towards becoming a more effective communicator in all areas of his life. The end of one chapter marked the beginning of a new chapter in Mike's life, filled with improved relationships, better outcomes, and a brighter future. Answer key 1. Crucial conversations are important conversations that have high stakes and can significantly impact relationships, decisions, and outcomes. They can occur in various aspects of life, including personal and professional settings, and learning how to handle them effectively is crucial for success. 2. Creating a safe and open dialogue during crucial conversations involves establishing a positive and respectful environment where all parties feel comfortable expressing their thoughts, feelings, and perspectives without fear of judgment or reprisal. This can be achieved by practicing active listening, showing empathy, and avoiding harmful behaviors such as interrupting or attacking. 3. Clarifying your purpose or intention in a crucial conversation is important as it helps you stay focused and aligned with your desired outcome. Understanding what you hope to achieve from the conversation and what your underlying motivations are can guide your communication approach and help you stay on track. 4. Signs that safety may be at risk in a conversation can include defensive responses, escalating emotions, or avoidance. It's important to be vigilant and recognize these signs early on, and take appropriate steps to restore safety, such as using the contrast technique to clarify misunderstandings or addressing any concerns or fears that may arise. 5. Building trust and reducing defensiveness is crucial in crucial conversations. This can be achieved by being honest, reliable, and keeping your commitments. It also involves showing respect and acknowledging others' perspectives, even if you disagree. Creating a safe space where everyone feels heard and valued can foster trust and minimize defensiveness. 6. Managing emotions during high-stakes conversations is essential for effective communication. This can be done by being aware of your emotions, taking a pause to calm down if needed, and using healthy coping strategies to regulate your emotions, such as deep breathing or positive self-talk. Managing emotions helps you stay rational and focused on the conversation rather than reacting impulsively. 7. The STATE framework, share, tell, ask, talk tentatively, encourage, can be used as a guide to express yourself effectively in crucial conversations. It involves sharing your perspective, telling your story with facts, asking for others' input, talking tentatively by using softening language, and encouraging dialogue to promote mutual understanding and problem-solving. 8. Actively listening and responding with empathy is crucial in crucial conversations. This involves giving your full attention, suspending judgment, and seeking to understand others' perspectives without interrupting. Responding with empathy involves acknowledging and validating others' emotions and experiences, which can help build rapport and trust. 9. Turning crucial conversations into action and results involves setting clear expectations, generating options, and creating accountability. This can be done by identifying specific actions, deadlines, and responsibilities, brainstorming potential solutions, and agreeing on concrete steps to move forward. Creating a plan with clear follow-up measures helps ensure that commitments are honored and progress is made. 10. Additional resources and tools for preparing and learning from crucial conversations can include role-playing, seeking feedback from trusted individuals, reading relevant books or articles, attending workshops or training sessions, and practicing mindfulness or relaxation techniques to manage stress and emotions during conversations. 11. Objections or challenges when applying the concepts from the book may include resistance from others, difficulty in managing emotions, fear of confrontation, or cultural differences. These challenges can be addressed by using the principles and techniques discussed in the book, adapting them to the specific situation, and being patient and persistent in applying the skills. 12. Applying the principles of crucial conversations can positively impact personal relationships by improving communication, resolving conflicts, and building trust. In a professional setting, it can enhance leadership skills, decision-making,